All too often, people who are married will look back at moments throughout their union with some regret, even members of the royal family. Does Prince Charles have any regrets over his time with Diana? Keep watching to find out. In September of 1980, according to a relationship timeline Vogue created, the press caught their first taste of Prince Charles and Diana, and they were immediately hooked. Charles, it seemed, was also hooked on Diana. In February of 1981, after only 12 or 13 dates, he proposed to her at Windsor Castle. Even then, the media's appetite for the couple, and Diana especially, was insatiable. But as the press followed her closely, to the point she had to be moved from her apartment to Clarence House, Charles retreated. Following their engagement, he spent 5 weeks in New Zealand, making time first for Camilla Parker Bowles. Photographers caught Diana crying as the prince left Heathrow Airport. At the time, this was written off as a touching gesture from the prince's new fiancée, but they were actually tears of heartbreak. Just a few years later, in 1986, Prince Charles admitted to restarting his romantic relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles. According to AP, in a letter to a friend, Charles wrote, "How awful incompatibility is, and how dreadfully destructive it can be for the players in this extraordinary drama. It has all the ingredients of a Greek tragedy." He goes on to admit that he never imagined things would end the way they had, but Diana's death may have changed the way the prince felt about her. Any chance for Prince Charles and Princess Diana to reconcile was taken away in the summer of 1997. On August 31st, 1997, just 1 year after being officially divorced, Princess Diana was killed as a result of a car accident. During an attempt to get away from the paparazzi, Henri Paul, Diana's driver, is said to have been driving recklessly fast before he crashed the car in Paris's Pont de l'Alma tunnel. Diana had been running from the paparazzi throughout her entire relationship with the prince, but never was able to escape them. The princess's death shook the entire royal family, but Prince Charles especially. Matt Robbins, a royal expert and producer of CNN's 6-part documentary series, Diana, told Us Weekly in an interview, "I see him as somebody who carried an enormous burden through Princess Diana's death and her funeral, somebody who has to make impossible decisions. One of those decisions was to have Prince William and Prince Harry, then aged 15 and 12, walk in their mother's funeral procession." While he criticized the decision in an interview with Newsweek, Prince Harry told BBC that in retrospect, he thought his father had made the right decision, and the best decision he could, given the circumstances. Robbins told Us Weekly he believed the funeral was the moment Prince Charles and the rest of the royal family realized how much the public cared, not just for Diana, but for them as well.
"I just want to be here, and I want her family to know that how much the people care."
According to royal sources, Prince Charles had been changing his mind about Diana before her death. Princess Diana, too, was allegedly regretting her divorce from the prince. Tina Brown, royal biographer and author of The Diana Chronicles, told The Telegraph, "At the end of Diana's life, she and Charles were on the best terms they'd been for a very long time. It was even reported that Charles would, quote, drop in on Diana at her apartments at Kensington Palace." Brown added, "They even had some laughs together." Princess Diana was reportedly heartbroken when she and Prince Charles did finally separate and divorce, despite her own relationship with Captain James Hewitt. She even allegedly told Brown that if Charles wanted her back, she'd return without hesitation. So why the change? Diana had come to terms with the fact that Camilla Parker Bowles was, as Brown explained, the love of his life, and there was just nothing she could do about it. Even with the prince's strong feelings for Camilla, there was no denying the connection he and Diana shared. Simone Simmons, a friend of Diana's, told the Daily Mail that Charles and Diana were close friends following the divorce because, quote, she understood him. According to Simmons, it wasn't until her death that Charles even realized his love for her. Camilla may be the love of Charles's life, but there's no denying the hole left in the prince's heart after Diana's death.